Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Cross, and today I'm going to show you about the clay that we got and some things that you want to consider while using the clay. So to get started, we should all have our bucket of clay. So the bucket is really just to keep the clay contained. Now clay can create dust, so you want to try to keep that to a minimum, especially at your house. Inside of your bucket, there will be your bag of clay. So we'll just put the bucket aside for now. And then we've got the plastic. This also helps keep the clay moist. So let me open it up here and take it out. And then I've got my towel. So damp towel covering my clay. So one of the things that you want to remember when you're working with clay at home is that if clay gets in the sink, it's going to clog the pipes. So at school, we have something called a clay trap. And it's a little bottle underneath the sink that catches all of the clay. So there's no clay that goes into the sink. So I want you guys to be extra careful and make sure that you are not getting any clay into your pipes at home. So there's a couple ways that you can avoid this. Number one is if you get clay on your hands, what you can do is take a paper towel. Okay, so say that I've got some clay on my hands. You can take a paper towel and you could just wipe the clay off of your hands as best as you can, and then throw the paper towel away and then wash your hands like you normally would in the sink. Okay, so you definitely don't want to get any clay down the sink if you have little chunks and stuff. You can also go outside and wash your hands with the hose. If you've got a hose at your house, you can get all the little crumbly parts off by letting it dry and going outside and brushing it off and then wash your hands. We just want to be extra careful that we are not getting any clay in the sink, okay? So that's the number one thing. Now, this towel might start to grow some bacteria. Now, bacteria is all around us, right? It's on our hands, it's on the clay, it's in the air, it's everywhere. So what I like to do is each time is I like to wet this down, wash it out, and then I rewrap my clay when I'm done, okay? Because it can start to smell kind of funky. All right, so with my clay, what I'm gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this ball of clay and I'm just going to make two pieces, okay? Now these are pretty close to the same, but they don't have to be exact, okay? We're just practicing right now with the clay. We always practice a technique before we actually make something and save it, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make this into a sphere. So when we think about a sphere, it's a circle, except for it's three-dimensional, right? So that's why we call it a sphere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by just cupping my hand, and I have my other hand here too, my left hand. I'm right-handed, so I do a lot of the work with my right hand, but I'm just kind of gonna start making a ball, making a sphere, okay? I need to put a little bit of muscle behind this. I can't just go like this and expect that it's going to form a ball, okay? I have to put a little bit of muscle, get a little bit mad at it, give a little smack, okay? And what I'm also gonna do is while I'm doing this, if there's any imperfections on my clay, I'm just gonna take my finger and smooth those out. Now the reason I do that is because I don't want cracks to form later, and if there's anything like that, a crack will form. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm also gonna do this one. After we make these, there's gonna be another video and I'm going to show you how to create a pinch pot, and that's gonna be your very first assignment in clay. Now, usually we make pinch pots and we glaze them, and then we have a ramen party at the end of the year. at the end of the semester. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that this year, unfortunately. However, we're still going to make a ramen bowl because I do find that a bowl is really nice to have around the house that you made. It's kind of cool to say, yeah, I made this. And you can eat out of it. You can put it in the dishwasher. It goes in the oven. It goes in the microwave. It'll be safe for all of those things. And so it's kind of a cool thing. And I actually have some pots that I made in high school that I still use. So it's kind of a neat thing. Okay. Now with pinch pots, we don't need any tools at all. All we need are our spheres of clay. So in the next video, we're going to make these into pinch pots. Okay, we'll see you soon.